Now I'm going to be tying an old wet fly, an old pattern called the Hardy's Favourite. Now it's a long while, it's a wee while since I tied this fly. It's a friend of mine who wants 2 or 3 tied, size 12, on a medium wire hook, which this is. This is a Full and Mill, it's the all-purpose medium, and it's a size 12. Now it's just a basic wet fly, good colour combination, and it's one I thought you would really like to see. Wing is it could be slightly, I mean you could use a hen pheasant, a light speckled hen, dark speckled hen, which I'm going to use. The wing can change slightly, as long as it's brown. It could be quite dark. I mean you could have a colour which I do tie them sometimes would be, this is just a hen feather, just a normal chicken. You see it's quite dark in this side here, whereas if you want you could have a speckled, you can have a light speckled. I mean again, yeah, it's a wee bit lighter. Or you can, as I say, the hen pheasant. That's a good colour, so a lot of people tie it with that. But anyway, this is the pattern I'm going to tie. Thread is a uni thread 8/0 in black. I wax the thread. We start at the eye, just work our way down, controlling the turns using the waist piece by just simply keeping it tight. So get towards basically in line with the barb of the hook, I remove it. I'm going to tie in some golden pheasant, in this case this is the Tippet. Now you could use, for the hackle I'm going to be using a Partridge. Now you could use Partridge fibres for the tail, some people do that, but I'm going to use the Tippet. Now what I normally do is just hold the end. You're looking around about 6 to 8 fibres or so, it depends on how good the fibres are. I mean I'd rather put 2 or 3 extra on. If I'm not happy I can always remove them. So the length you're looking, Tippet the tail length, about the body length. Some like to see the second bar, just catching it. Actually, if you get the right size of the Tippet, if you tie on the black area, it actually sits much easier. There's just a couple of turns there. Now I've just got a red floss, which is going to be the rib. So when you catch this on, just pull it into the length of the body. There we are. Now for the body itself is just Peacock Herl. This is just strong Peacock Herl. We take two fibres. Now you could use dyed black, which to darken it down. There's a couple of other colours you could use. Natural is the norm. So we line the tips up, catch this in. So there's about 3-4 turns there, just tying in the tail and tying in your rib and Peacock Herl. So then we work our way up, and then the Herl's the weakest, the strongest is your rib. This is what's going to hold your body and give it colour. So what I do is I wind the Herl the opposite way, so that when I come up with the rib the normal way, the same way I wind my thread, it'll tie it down, catch it in better. Now about 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil from the eye, just cross rib. Now the thread's waxed, so there's plenty of grip. Now your rib comes up the normal way, so what I do is just start off with twisting it tight, and then we come up. You can flatten it out if you want. You obviously want to be able to see it. And just work our way up. Then we cross or floss 3 or 4 turns, making sure it's secure. And then we can take away the waste. Pays to wax the thread at this point. Take away the excess by just rubbing it with your finger. Draw back these fibres and you can see you get a reasonable body with that. Now hackle, brown partridge. So taking away the fluff. My hackle pliers here, so I'm just going to locate the tip and draw back, because I'm going to tie it in by the tip, the fibres. Just draw these back. Tie this in, so I'm going to square it up so I can get an area to tie in. I say we'll wax with thread, got plenty of grip there. Catch it in. Nice base of thread down. Come back up a couple of turns from the eye or so. Hackle pliers, just so you can see what I'm doing. You can do it by hand. Now fibre length, These up the top are tiny tube, just a wee bit too long for the fly. So what I'm going to do is, you're only going to get probably 2 to 3 turns or so. Don't want to put too many turns in. Get to this point here, stroking the fibres back, just taking your time. Now these are the fibres, they're too long, I don't want, so basically a 90 degree bend will take them away. So if you bend the stem 90 degrees, you see how they lift them out, there they're there. I can cut them in 3 or 4 turns, I can take them away. Draw this back. I can then tidy the head area up. And see how things are sitting. It's okay. You could reduce the hackle fibre just a wee touch, but that's fine. Now there's my speckled hen. So basically what I want to do is bring out enough for the wing. You could use a needle to do that. You need a right and a left, so obviously right and a left side. That's just one of the fibres just come away here, so once you take it out, then we can trim that away. We do that for both sides. So I've got a couple of wing fibres lying here ready, so we can tie the fly. Now I've got a right and a left. The first thing I've got to do is make sure the tips are the same length. Bring them close, so you're seeing the underside of the wing. Just straightening out the fibres slightly. I mean, rubbing my fingers through, bring them together slightly. And then we sit them on top. The length of the wing, I would say, I mean, it can be short, long, I mean, it depends on the way you like, the style. I would say the tips, middle of the tail, approximately around about the middle of the tail. Then I just fold these over the top. You want them as basically on the shank. If there's a space between the bottom part of the wing and the shank, and you pull down, it's that wee space that then, when you come round with the turner thread, it pulls it away. So the closer you get, the better, the less chance it'll pull away. So pinch and loop nice and tight, do it again, and then come round with another turn. Now, see how the wing's sitting. The length, check the length. If you're happy with length, fine. Good sharp pair of scissors, come in, trim away. As you know, I like to bring the thread to the eye and then work from the eye up. Just building the step of thread up as you go. Nice and tight. And then we can whip finish. 3 or 4 times. And there we are. That's your Hardy's favourite. A wee quick varnish. Just touch it. If you can rotate your vise. Which I'm doing. Just touch it as we come around. Take your time. And there we go. That's it. Nice traditional wet fly. The Hardy's favourite. As I say, maybe the hackle's just a wee touch shorter, but that doesn't bother me, because like it will still work. Again, it still fishes. It's got a nice shape in it. It's got a nice tail. It's got a nice wing. So I'm happy with that. It gives you a lot of confidence when you go to fish the fly. So I hope you enjoyed that.